The theme of 2016 has been the triumph of individual will coming together for destiny on our side. On the enemy's side, it has been one of abject delusion and arrogance.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for, and I'm sorry that we did not win this election for the values we share and the vision we hold for our country.
The enemy's confidence is one of its greatest weaknesses, and they're about to learn that in spades. People always say, oh, Wall Street's pure evil on the left, on the right. No, Wall Street can do no wrong. No. Big mega banks and big brokerage firms that are above the law, pushing gun control, pushing globalism, pushing transferring our sovereignty into international bodies, they control, is conquest, is crony capitalism, is wrong. But most of Wall Street is middle and small-time firms, and even some big ones that are family-owned, controlled, that do want prosperity, and they're doubling down on Trump. They want the prosperity, they want the boom, they want the tax cuts, and the word is Trump's going to freeze spending in the first year just to stabilize things, and he is intending by year 4 to begin cutting. And by the way, what he wants to do, he's going to try. This isn't talk. You're going to see if he gets his way and if we get behind him, cutting spending while revenue swells. And of course, Krugman is flipping out today, saying, this is an administration of white nationalists. Guess what he said in the New York Times in 1998? You cannot make this up. This is when dinosaur media was telling itself, don't worry, in an article about the internet, we're still going to be dominant. Remember back in the late 90s, the media was discussing would they be made obsolete, which has now happened? This is Paul Krugman. The growth of the internet will slow drastically as the flaw in the law, McAfee's law, which states that the number of potential connections in a network is proportional to the square of the number of participants, because apparent most people have nothing to say to each other. By 2005 or so, it will become clear that the internet's impact on the economy has been no greater than the fax machine. Now, he made that sound real scientific and real smart, like an economist would. He was giving you a false system. But has the internet gotten bigger or smaller? It's gotten tens of thousands of times logarithmically, exponentially bigger. And they say it's only going to get bigger as it ties into the Internet of Things exponentially as well, by the very architecture of how the internet was built. And by the early 1990s, all the big tech giants had already envisioned the current system we're under. But Krugman writes a piece of trash a couple times a week, sits around getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, and thinks he's a rocket scientist. We don't need make-work projects and infrastructure because it looks like he's hiring people that are going to privatize. That's what you've been doing, chump. Giving the contracts to private companies is how we're going to get the jobs going, not just shipping it overseas or paying off debts that don't exist. You know, all these monolithic fiat derivatives debts that should just be triaged. U.S. economic confidence surges to the highest level that Gallup in 100+ years has ever recorded. And they're already announcing they're going to raise interest rates. They've already done it once to try to stall this. But now that it's not just globalists going to give themselves all the 0% money, it's time for the people to get some of that. And Trump wants to keep it low. They say, oh, the economy's overheating. Trump's been president-elect for 40 days. He'll be in 29, and we can't allow an overheating. So we just going to have to raise it maybe 2 or 3 more times before he gets in, hoping it ends this Trump run. Crony capitalism is not letting us compete so we can be controlled. It's ending. That's why they're so mad. The globalists have been selling off this country and talking about what geniuses they are for decades. No, what you are is a bunch of backstabbing traitors that sold out the country that had over half the world's wealth till you got control of it. Oh yeah, comprende that. InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139.